Okay, this is a short video on Artie gameplay on Abbey. Tier 8 Artie, Russian S14-2. Initially, I want to take position just south to north on the main road where a lot of people, lights and mediums, try to run up to Abbey and have control of the map from the high point. As you can see, I'm taking a look at the mini map. I can see a T-71 trying to make a move up. Doesn't really matter which version, but this is the DA version. And the E25 is spotting for me, who's on our end of the main road. He's also going to soften him up. Here comes the shot. So there's a soft, there's the ammo rack. So these guys have like no armor on top, and that's another reason why Artie really wants to prioritize the middle. They can do the most effectiveness in the first 2 minutes of the game with the rushers trying to get to Abbey. This guy, I try to make a move on him. I'm feeling a little confident, but I realized that he's going to keep playing the games where you can see from his turret, he's looking to the west. He's not really concerned with getting to Abbey. He's more concerned with trying to snipe through the trees there and those openings at the rest of our team over there. So he's going to drag his feet and be already protected. So I immediately start switching over to the western side of the map myself, playing the 1-2 line, trying to support my team, get a nice shot off on that KV2. So that's a lot of DPS. A lot of alpha. I'm trying to get pushed back and kind of bully these heavies to have a hard time aiming, chunk some HP off of them. And then I find this guy. This guy, throughout the rest of the match, refuses to move from his position. Technically, it's a great position for this KV2 to have. There's one problem. He's not Artie safe in any way, shape, or form, but he keeps thinking he can go back further, but don't work out. So I just punish him for doing so. The other folks, if depending on where you're at on this angle, you could in theory relocate or shoot from here and get like a 50% shot off on the other heavies. I am actually checking them for the record just to see if anybody's got a huge advantage on my team, but you can see they're already safe. And this is between reloads on my other shots. And yeah, I go back to this guy. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing that is because I'm trying to find my next target. I legitimately did not think this guy would just sit here. So sometimes you're going to have these stubborn folks who just refuse to move. He's got more than enough time to repair kit and get out of there, or at least tuck himself up against those rocks. Once again, I'm checking my targets again. I'm trying to get the lay of the land. But then I go back to this guy because I see my mini map, that little blue dot reappears. And I think I miss on this shot, but I do crit him again. Once again, looking for targets. I'm like, okay, he's got to figure it out by now. He cannot stay here. But he doesn't. And this is the only problem with when you have the advantage in an Artie that's not a French auto loader like their tier 10, or some fast shooting, the leaf blower or something like the low tier French. You don't have that time to be able to really punish these guys as fast as you want, but you can do it. It just takes a little longer. So this is me trying to support the heavy push. I'm just hoping he'd squeeze back a little bit further, and I take the shot. Now, one thing I like to do when I'm doing this type of gameplay is I'll hold my finger down on the trigger, the left mouse button, so it literally can just fire off as soon as I have the shot. I'm trying to eke out as much potential DPS as possible to assist my team. There's a late Artie shot. I'm not quite sure what that M12 was thinking, but okay. Now, this end part, spoiler alert, it's not going to end well for me, but I make the best of it. So I'm after progression points on my battle ranking. I'm looking for some credits and some research. And, well, the newest gun on this tank. This tank is almost stock, by the way. The only thing upgraded on it is treads, which is amazing that this thing performs this well with only the 700 DPS damage gun. It does snapshots very well. There's one, for example. And then, luckily, I get supported by the SU. And then I try to start turning to deal with the E25, which is on my mind, and then I get blapped. But this is a great way to play this tank. The SPGs in general are oftentimes not talked about, especially at the higher tiers. We don't go into them. A lot of the big personalities don't really think too much of them, but there is gameplay, there is strategy, and there is things you can do to support your team and be a great SPG player. So I hope this little clip is a great way to learn a little bit about how to play an SPG in World of Tanks in 2020. Thanks.